On this Sports Desk, it's football aplenty. We start with the Knights, who are trying to shine their armor into the Del Rey League. And the Saxons travel to the Warriors' house. Can North take the W from West without their star running back? And the South football team will try to shake off last week's loss and gain momentum at home against Peninsula. The El Camino Volleyball team is on a tirade through that South Coast Conference. Just who are these dominating players? We'll tell you and more, but you gotta get fired up, folks, because it starts right now. Football times 3 on this episode. I'm Bonnie Prickitt, and you're watching the Sports Desk. Let's go ahead and get started. The Knights got out of the gate this fall season with a few almost coulda, woulda, shoulda, oh man, we lost those games. But that's about to change with these 3 straight wins. This game against Mary Star of the Sea features its fair share of turnovers, but also some really cool highlights. Patrick Alog drills this one in from the Knights' home.
Bishop Montgomery is 2-3 overall, but then they are 1-0 in Del Rey League play as they won a week before at Verbindale High School, 21-14. Bishop Montgomery early in the first quarter had this early 4th and 2 in their own territory, but Blake Alt could not convert for the first down. And Mary Star took advantage 3 plays later as Jake Tedesco takes it in from 39 yards out to score the first touchdown of the game to make it 7-0 Mary Star of the Sea. But Bishop responded with a nice 5-minute drive. It's late in the first quarter, 3rd and goal from the 3, and Patrick Friedman, however, fumbles the ball. It's recovered by Mary Star. But 1 play later, Bishop Montgomery gives Mary Star the taste of their own medicine as they force a fumble and pick up the ball near the goal line. Bishop Montgomery then takes advantage of his 4-yard touchdown run by Michael Turner to tie the game up at 7 here in the first quarter. It's now 10-7 Bishop, 8 minutes left in the second quarter, but Luis Soto gets intercepted by Joseph Alves of Mary Star. And Alves takes advantage of his interception as he makes this 30-yard field goal to make it 10-10 midway through the second. There's now 1:55 left in the first half, and Miles Howard intercepts a pass for Bishop off Mary Star's Jake Flores, as it is now the second turnover for Bishop before halftime. Now about a minute left in the first half, Bishop trying to score some late points, but Luis Soto is intercepted by Mary Star's Jake Tedesco. 7 ticks left in the half. Mary Star trying to score, but Michael Turner forces and recovers the fumble. It's 10-10 going to the half. 8:55 left in the third quarter, and Jake Flores is intercepted by Bishop Montgomery's Tyler DeLay. And Bishop takes advantage 5 minutes later as Michael Turner scores his second touchdown of the game to make it 17-10 Bishop. 1 minute left in the third, and Jake Flores fumbles the snap, loses the ball, and there's a scramble for the ball, and Patrick Friedman for Bishop picks up the loose ball and scores the touchdown to make it 24-10 Bishop. Final play of the game, Bishop up 31-10, and Patrick Friedman with the interception returns the pick 6, and Bishop wins 37-10. Let's go to Bishop coach Ed Hotchkiss for his post-game comments.
It was a good win for us, you know. They kind of had us on the ropes there at the halftime, and our defensive coordinator did a good job and come out and made some adjustments to stop them throwing the ball a little bit, and we got some turnovers on defense and ran the ball on offense, so we were happy with the way the second half played out.
One of the key defensive players was running back Michael Turner, whose first play on defense came in the first half when he forced the fumble late in the first half.
What do you think about that play late in the first half when you forced that fumble and recovered it?
It was great. Coach told me to come in on defense, hadn't been playing all game. Just came in, saw the quarterback, got to him, got on the ball as fast as I could. It was a great momentum for me.
Coach Hotchkiss doesn't worry as much about his defense. It is offense that worries him.
I think they had 7 turnovers. You know, they did a great job. I mean, our defense has played well all year, good enough for us to win every game. It's the offense that, we need to get going, and they came out in the second half and made it some plays. But thanks to the defense, getting the ball for us, that's how you win football games.
We're getting a lot tougher on defensively and offense. O-line is getting a lot of pushing. I feel like we're doing pretty good. From where season started, we progressed a lot already, and I feel like we're ready to take the lead.
How do you see this team progressing already 2-0 in Del Rey League play?
Yeah, I mean, that's our goal, to win the Del Rey League. We got a tough one coming up next week in Cantwell Sacred Heart. They're a great team. So, we'll see. But we've gotten better every week, and that's all I can ask of them.
This was Bishop Montgomery's 4th straight win against Mary Star this series. They now move up to 2-0 in Delray League play. Reporting from Bishop Montgomery, I'm Patrick Alog for the Sports Desk.
Thanks, Patrick, for that story. The Knights win their second league game with a nice win over the Stars. Michael Turner was a huge player on the offense for 3 touchdowns. Linebacker Patrick Friedman was a playmaker for the Knights on the defense. Quite a game. And Bishop Montgomery travels to Montebello next week to play 3-2 Cantwell Sacred Heart. The Warriors are on a roll with a nice win against South last week, and that hurry-up offense seems to be working against their recent opponents. The North Saxons are still trucking through the preseason, and the Saxons' air assault needs some fine-tuning since running back Ryan McDaniel is out for the entire season. The Saxons and the Warriors duke it out in the last preseason game. Sports Desk reporter Nick Ekbatani is on this one for us, and he starts it right off with the highlight reel.
After both teams went 3 and out on their first drives, West would be the first on the scoreboard as Joey Notch finds tight end Nick Korse for the first touchdown of the night. West up 7-0. A Joey Notch interception is going to give West back the ball, and he's going to find wide receiver Nick Ruse for a big gain. Shortly after the big play, Joey Notch is going to roll out, and he's going to find, you guessed it, Nick Ruse at the corner of the end zone for a touchdown. After a missed extra point, West is going to be up by 13. Fighting from behind early in the game, North's quarterback Jorge Hernandez is going to find his receiver on a short pass. He's going to have to earn every yard West gives him. But West is going to keep the pressure on Hernandez as he has nowhere to go here, and he's going to be sacked by a swarm of brown and gold. Following the sack, Hernandez is going to drop back and find West's Joey Notch for an interception. It's going to be Joey's second interception in the first half alone. Not bad, right? But things would only get better for Joey Notch and worse for Jorge Hernandez as they connect once again. Notch's 3rd interception in the first half. And West is going to get crafty after the interception, calling the old hook and ladder play, fooling North and getting some serious yardage. But it wouldn't be long before Joey Notch would come back to save the day as he finds wide receiver Craig Noss for a big gain, setting him up deep in North territory. And on the very next play, Barry Thomas is going to take the toss and find his way into the end zone for West's 3rd touchdown of the night. After the extra point, West is going to be up 20-0. West is up big and showing no signs of letting up as Notch and Ruse connect once again for a big play. One play after that, they're going to hand the ball off to the big fullback, Ray Lima, who tumbles his way in for a touchdown. West now up 26-0.
It's halftime here at the West High North High football game, and West leads big, 26-0 over the Saxons. North just can't find an answer to this no-huddle offense, and the play of junior quarterback Joey Notch has been huge for the Warriors. He's accounted for most of their offense and has 3 picks in 1 half on defense. It's been ugly out here for North. We'll see what they can do in the second half.
The onslaught would continue in the second half as West comes firing away with their aerial assault. Notch to Noss for a big gain, setting him up deep once again. Notch wouldn't be the only one stealing the show as Sam Choi brings down an incredible one-handed catch off the fade. A phenomenal play and another West High touchdown. West now leads 33-0. After a short break in the action, the West offense would find themselves back at the helm, and Notch would once again find Nick Ruse for a big connection and a touchdown. Notch's 4th of the night. West now up 40-0. But give credit to North. Down by 40 and with less than 5 minutes left in the game, the Saxons are still fighting as Cameron Emanuel finds a hole in the West High defense and picks up some serious yardage. Emanuel's big run would set North up at midfield, and Hernandez is going to find wide receiver Michael Gerardo for a pretty impressive catch, and North's going to get their first score of the night. Unfortunately, that score would come much too late in the game, and the Warriors would ride this one out on top.
Coach Hull was calling a great defense. I was just in the right place at the right time to get those interceptions, and our offense, we make plays, and our O-line stepped up tonight, and our receivers could catch the ball, and I just felt great going into this game.
Mental mistakes, completely mental. All those games, I believe we should have won. I believe we're still a league contender. I believe we're still a championship contender. It's just what we have in us. It's just, are we going to put out the effort?
we're still learning the offense, you know, and we're making our reads and we're seeing the defense. But we know right now things are going to start getting real serious. I mean, we're playing the Bay League competition, the physical.
Thanks to Nick for that wrap-up. The Warriors certainly did capitalize with the win over North. Joey Notch is are you ready for the pun, a notch above the rest. Boom, he had a great game on both sides of the ball. Nick Bruce was a favorite target for him. Nick Korst, Barry Thomas, Ray Lima, and Sam Choi all recorded touchdowns for the Warriors. That's a lot to say. And North's offense was shut down. They made most of the effort in the second half. North will travel to Compton, to play Centennial for their first league game. And West will host Miracosta at their stadium, and their stadium will be getting a new name. Watch the Sports Desk for all the coverage. After the break, it's Spartan versus Panther football. Can the Spartans run over their opponents with Loera in that backfield?
Up, college is hard. Down, those books are heavy.
My sport is football, but my passion is education. So every year, I take promising high schoolers on a college tour to show them that higher education means a brighter future. My name is Nnamdi Asamoah. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Find out how you can live United for education. Give, advocate, volunteer. Go to liveunited.org.
Do you wear this?
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
We love football. You're watching the Sports Desk.
They love football and I love football. Welcome back. South Torrance is looking to win their third game of the season. Their running attack is led by one explosive back in Brandon Loera. He's not the only weapon as they try to take one over Peninsula. Sarah Pila shows us why they never stopped fighting.
We begin in the first quarter. South on defense. Number 24, Okuma Ida of Peninsula, can't get in past the Spartans defense. Drew Lawrence of South with the tackle. It's now 4th down, and so Peninsula will be forced to kick, and it's good, so they're on the board first 3-0. Under 6 minutes to play in the first. Spartans from the 45. Senior Brandon Loera has a big run and takes the ball past the Peninsula 20. South is stopped as well. They can't get in for the 6 points, so they'll answer the Panthers back with the field goal. Score is tied at 3 with under 4 minutes in the first. Now Peninsula is driving second quarter. That's Okuma Ida. He breaks free. No one can get to him, so he will score on a 70-yard touchdown run. 10-3 Panthers, and the score will remain the same as we go into halftime. So here we are in the third, and that's Nesbitt. He passes to Hayden Finley down at the 25 for a Spartan first down. 3 plays later, Brandon Loera runs. He's hung up, but breaks free, and then he's finally down. 2 plays later, Loera with the ball, and he runs in for a touchdown. He has a 12-yard touchdown run. The extra point is good. We're tied at 10 apiece in the third. 5:40 left in the third, and that's Ida again. He runs to the 26 for a Panther first down. 5 plays later, it's Ida again for the Panthers. He gets a 4-yard touchdown. The extra point's good. Peninsula leads 17-10 with 2:20 left in the third. Next Spartan possession, that's Brandon Loera running to the 23 for a first down. Next play, Brandon Chavez with a good carry. It's 1st and goal and the end of the third. Spartans can't get the touchdown, but they kick a field goal and cut the lead by 3 points. Panthers lead 17-13. So more than 10 minutes to play, and the Panthers are driving. That's Ida with the ball. He runs to the Spartan 24. A few plays later, James Nelson has the ball. He runs, but he's tackled by junior James Hapgood of South. Peninsula will have to settle for 3 points. They make the 37-yarder and lead 20-13 with 3:51 left to play. Now there's 1:30 left in the game. Brandon Loera has a good run to the 13. 1st and 10 for the Spartans, and the clock is winding down. It's the Spartans with a chance to tie here, and they do. That's Brandon Loera with the 5-yard touchdown run. The kick is good, so the game is tied at 20 points apiece, 42 seconds left in this game. And Peninsula senior running back Tommy Webster breaks a few tackles and gets down into Spartan territory. Time is of the essence for both teams. With 1 second left, the Panthers kick a 52-yard field goal, and it's good. Panthers win. South falls to 2-3. Coach Waybright gives both teams credit.
Proud of the kids for battling back, and we had a chance, obviously, to possibly go to overtime, and their kid made a great kick for 52 yards to win it, so I tip my hat to him.
Peninsula led the entire game, but South, they never let up. They kept fighting back, and it looked as if they were going to win this game when Brandon Loera got the tying touchdown at the end of the game, but they could not hold on. Peninsula squeezed this one out 23-20. For the Sports Desk, I'm Sarah Pila.
Thanks to Sarah Pila for that report. Peninsula got one over on the Spartans with the 23-20 win. Pretty impressive kick at the end of the game, though. Running back Brandon Loera had a good game, both of his touchdowns at the right moment, but unfortunately it wasn't enough. And that PD kicker is Tony Bumate. Let's go ahead and talk about South. Will be going to Zamperini Stadium for the first game of the Pioneer League season. Speaking of the Tartars, let's see how they squared up against Irvine. Nice, with a 28-14 win over Irvine. QB Jacob Kalama had 2 touchdowns and the same number of interceptions. I'm not sure what's more impressive from Taylor, a 46-yard touchdown catch or a 56-yard touchdown run. Taylor scored, and so did Aaron Salva. Quaco is the other majority of the offense, helping the Tartars to a win. The win also helped their overall record to 2-3, and as mentioned, they are hosting South at home for that first Pioneer League game. That's all the football we have for now, but get fired up and wear your colors since league starts next week. But after this short break, the Lady Warrior volleyball team is bringing it, and they beat their opponent. But that's not all we have to tell you about. Stick around.
When you earn your GED diploma, the barriers in your life fall. Take the first step and get free GED information in your area at 1-877-38-YOUR-GED or yourged.org. Earn your GED diploma and begin your brighter future.
This financial advisor is being accused of committing one of the largest investment frauds in the history of the United States.
I guess we're not going to Aspen. That's fine. You see, I like tennis balls. He likes insider trading. So he's going to jail and I'm going to a shelter. And no, they're not the same thing. Shelters are for good pets that want to be adopted. Jails are for criminals. I've done nothing. Uh-oh. Okay, I stole a cheeseburger once on my dog.
Thanks for sticking with us. It's all about volleyball now. The Lady Warriors of El Camino easily beat South Coast Conference opponent East LA College. But that's not really what this story is about. This story is about a group of players that are trying to keep the El Camino volleyball team at the highest level and maybe even make it out for state championship. Ashley Morgado takes us through it all.
The Warriors of El Camino College couldn't have gotten a better lead into their South Coast Conference play. The Warriors, who are now 9-2 overall, have surrendered their first 2 conference opponents in 3 swift sets. Execution like that definitely shows that El Camino is a force to be feared. To add to their scare, the California Community College Women's Volleyball Coaches Association ranked El Camino number 2 in Southern California and number 4 in the entire state. With rankings as great as that, one must ask Coach Pattison if a state championship is in the future.
It takes a lot to get a state championship, so it just kind of depends on the team and what they decide to do, and we definitely would have to improve in some areas.
The response from Coach Pattison does not come lightly. The 15-season veteran coach of El Camino has back-to-back state championships in 2007 and 2008, as well as 11 conference titles. Her level-headed game plan reflects on her players, and they are working hard towards making those improvements.
We just keep talking about improving so we can beat the next game, that's all.
This team may be reserved about state talk, but one thing they know they have is height and talent. twin sisters Caitlin and Lauren Edwards are leaders on the court, produced out of no other than West High School in Torrance. The 5'11 and 6'1 twins have stepped up for this team and are bringing them to new heights.
Coach talked to us this year earlier that we really need to step up and be leaders and, take more control out there. And so that's what we've been working on.
Lauren is just really stepping up her game. She's taking over the front row. She can hit anything, taking over. She never gets out in the back row, so that tells you that she's a great passer and a good defensive player. Caitlin is just really come on, and they're just steady. They're good competitors, not too high, not too low, and they just make their teammates better.
Another standout star that is taking this team to a new level is 6'2 middle blocker Nigeria Owens. Her quick arm swing and speed allows this team to run the surprise attack in the middle.
Nigeria Owens went in, and this is probably the most she's played, and she just has really come on in the last couple weeks, and huge blocking performance and really a lot of points scored for us.
For the first time in a while, Coach Pattison has height in the front row and now has to adjust to her giant offense.
Well, usually teams at El Camino aren't quite as tall. So we usually have great defense and great passing and not blocking so much. This year we're a little taller than normal and we're blocking more balls. That's why we've had to work on passing and defense, because we're struggling at those two skills.
Being able to add an effective block to this team's strategy is allowing them to not just beat, but punish the other teams. LA Harbor didn't score more than 10 points in a set against the Warriors, and while playing East Los Angeles College, the scores were 25-9, 25-7, and 25-13. Keeping a team at under 10 points is a definite boost to the ego.
A lot of confidence. Sarah McFadden, our setter, runs a great offense, so any ball she puts up is hittable. So everybody's big at the net, everybody's tall, so that really helps.
The Warriors run a quick offense, using their dynamic hitters in all positions along the net. Because of that, it's no wonder they have a strong start to a great season. If they continue to play like they played tonight, they are sure to blaze a winning trail through their conference and even possibly the playoffs for regionals. From El Camino College, I'm Ashley Morgado with the Sports Desk.
El Camino swept East LA College pretty easily. And it's a nice win to check out the stellar play all the ladies, especially the ladies from the Torrance schools. That's about it for the El Camino Volleyball. Good luck to them as they go ahead and try to go all the way to the state. It's all about league starting in the prep volleyball scene. Let's go and take a look at the scores. The Lady Spartans won their first match against North in 3 games earlier that week. And last week's match against Bay League competition, PV's Peninsula, might not count in the league contention, but it sure matters to the team, the first time in 3 years that they've actually beat them. Desi Khalifa, Erica Eastley, Danny Garcia, and libero Tessa Fournier were simply at their best in that big win over Peninsula. Let's take a real quick look at the first week of Pioneer League play for the Tartars and the Saxons. Torrance easily took Centennial in 3 sets, and North got a little roughed up by El Segundo, but also had a stellar match that counted for league. Let's go into the Bay and Del Rey leagues. West was overwhelmed by top-ranked Miracosta, but there's still time in league to make a dent, and the Lady Knights swept Mary Star of the Sea to remain atop the Del Rey league. Stick around, we got a little fun weather report after this short break.
George, it's a great deal. Only used a couple of times, and it gets great parsecs for very little dilithium crystals.
Well, I appreciate the offer, but what I really need is information about Social Security. How do I find out what my monthly payment will be?
Online.
How about if I just want Medicare?
Online.
Oh my. We'll boldly go to socialsecurity.gov.
Let's go kick the tires.
This is so cool, Dad. Awesome. This is so cool, Dad.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of siblings in foster care who'll take you just as you are.
happening. This can't be happening.
Of course it's not happening. Armored car. Listen, having money isn't about luck. Make your own coffee, save $1,000 a year. Feed me. Feed the pig.
It's that time of year where other people across the country are shaking off their coats and heading inside for their workouts. Well, not here in sunny SoCal, where it's the chance to get a workout going or working on a few slant routes wherever you are. We went out to Wilson Park over the weekend, and we found the blacktop in full use, with ballers of all ages shooting hoops and playing some games. That's not all there is, though. It doesn't matter where you play, but keep your blood flowing. With some volleyball, SoCal can import sand anywhere. The best part of my visit to Wilson Park was seeing these youngsters keeping fit, having fun, and learning some football. And these kiddos know why they're so lucky to be living here where their weather is nice. Nice catch. So why is playing out here so much fun?
It's a hot day and it's a good day to play, have fun. Because you don't have to wear sweaters, jackets, and don't be really cold.
There was so much going on. We just had to show this cool catch by Kenneth Livernoy. Boom, nice one. I like that story because it just reminds you that this is a great place to live. So go out and get some sun and enjoy it all the way through the winter. Now is the time for you to let us know some things we don't. So please give us a call here at the Sports Desk. You can call us at 310-618-5762. You can email us all the time, thesportsdesk@torranceca.gov. You can view all of our shows online at our website, torranceca.gov, and all of the shows from 2010 and 2011 are also on YouTube. That's all we have for you on this edition of the Sports Desk. Next week, we're going to have some Pioneer League tennis, girls tennis, and we'll have some El Camino football and a whole lot more. So until next time, Torrance, be sure and play hard.